Good morning. Let's see. All right, guys. Well, good CPI morning. Um, it's a pretty crazy move. So I am having to redo some of my levels because I didn't have it charted up this high, actually. Bear with me. Okay. So that was a pretty wild move. I'm going to wait for more folks to hop on before I get into anything specific. Oh, wow. Uh, Whoops. So I'm having to add levels because I did not have my chart uh, up to date this high. I really thought we would get a dip, which I don't know why, because that megaphone pattern had a a breakout to 44.70, which we hit today. I just thought we'd get back into the 90s. All right. Yeah, this 80 to 80, I don't know, 90 area. I've got charted here 83 to 86. Like this is pretty big, right? And so if we look at our volume profile, you can see this is one of the high volume nodes. If this holds, I mean, I can't imagine. I think we'll retrace to the 70s, maybe the 60s, high 50s. I think that's it though. So I think we're gonna stay up here. I think we're done with these prices, at least for now. But today, I think I'm looking for a rejection here. So I've got a couple of shorts on. I added one at 85, and then I added another one at 90, and I'm averaging 88 right, 87 and a quarter, which I might take off if we have support here. Missed the first move because my wife is not feeling well and had to take the kids to school. If man, hindsight's always funny, but this little dip right here, I mean, when 25 holds and we get over once we got over this London high, that would have been a super long for me, because I had 50s and then again like 74 or whatever, but 73 and 3/4. No shoulda, woulda, coulda, so missed the first move. I'm short up here just to see if I can get a few points out of it. But really, the 30-second OR is going to be big today, and I mean, if they hold this, if this is held, then I mean, honestly, guys, like 45, 15, which sounds crazy, but maybe that's the problem. Can you guys hear me? Are you able to hear me now? Yeah, okay, cool. All right. Yeah, pretty wild move so far. I did not swing any calls, even though 4407 held, 4406 area. If you did, congratulations. So anyways, game plan for me today is to see what happens in this area. I've got, I've only got three contracts on right now, short from an average of 87.25. I want to see again a retrace down to 73 area. I think ultimately we're going to end up down here. But the 30-second OR is going to be big for me. And if really the 70 area holds, like if we look at the structure on the volume profile, if we get a rejection from this high volume node, that puts us down here. And so that's ultimately, I think, the only play I'm looking for. Now, if this area holds, it's probably going to be a pretty choppy real-time day. Let me see what this is on the 30-second chart real quick. So just had a decent-sized buyer come in right here at 84, 82. And that's looking like support. So we'll see what happens in this area. I'll cut if I'm going to cut at break even. I'm not going to leave things on and lose money. I'll re-enter if I need to. I don't really see a sell structure on yet. Right now we'd have to sweep through 73 to get a sell structure. Going on the 30-second chart, which probably isn't happening. At least not before real time open. So these are the levels I'm looking for today. We got about 15 minutes to open. I mean, this area is it's gonna be choppy if we get up in here. It'll be one of those days that just progresses like this, and it's not gonna be that fun. VIX died on that, right? Everybody. I thought we'd be up here with VIX, to be honest. I thought we'd get a spike, but we did not. They sold it. Megaphone pattern that we just broke out of had an extension to 70. That was the minimum extension. We just blew right through that. Pretty wild though. And this is the 2-hour chart, if anybody's wondering. It's primarily the one I use for charting. So the monthly IB strategy has worked this month, even though I've not taken advantage of it. 43.90 was the monthly IB high, and we broke out of that on this Friday, chopped around a little bit, and then hit the resolving extension on the megaphone pattern, which was 44.70. So again, I'm watching this area really close because if this is support, they're going to send this thing up here. So we don't have cell structure on this. We would need a sweep down here. And ultimately down here. And then we might have something like this. We might have, I don't know, like some kind of cell pattern. But I've got, let me show you my other screen. Oh, how did I see the buyer? So I look at the 30-second chart in IBKR that has volume on it. Somebody came in, there was like 2,500 lots from 82 that took it up to 84. So that is a buyer. A pretty big buyer. I know. I've got an appointment later today. I know that. Let me mute that. So pretty wild action, but we got to remember historic down months, right? We had 3 down months in a row, which really hasn't happened since 1946? Or COVID or something like that. I mean, so, historic downside leads to historic upside in this case. Everybody was so comfortable shorting, uh, they got bit in the ass. This is looking like it wants to hold. Again, 30-second OR will tell us more. Oh yeah, I was going to show you guys my other screen that I'm looking at. So monitor. Let's see, what is that? Samsung. Yeah, there it is. Okay. So I use this and I look at, this is monthly profiles. And you can see up here, we have this imbalance from September. And so it's probably going to be choppy right here, right? So this is an imbalance that could again act as resistance, but because we're in it, it could also act as support. It's down to 77, and this has got 71. So this is important to look at, because it gives you historical context of what price has done here. And generally, price moves through this area, is what this is saying. And we have the September VPOC up here at 4507. So if we hold this area, it is going to go up. It's going to go up to here, right? It's going to go up to 4507-ish. We'll see. All right. I just got, once I hit it, yeah, they stopped me. I got stopped out of the short I took. Damn, guys. This is nuts. Yeah, I got stuffed out. Let me see. If we zoom out, we can kind of see there's a separation of sort of, there's like an imbalance here. Like we're sort of in this imbalance area. And if we look at our volume profile, we can see that too. So for now for me, it's just, let's play the 30-second OR and go from there. You know, the cool thing about these days, days like this, is you're going to be able to make money even though you missed the first move, right? Yeah, it would have been fun to have a long here at the 20s, right, or the 30s even. But ultimately, you can't do that in this game. There are no retries. And so, don't kick yourself for missing anything, because the next move is right around the corner. But yeah, this is kind of what I was expecting, but I didn't play it. I was expecting this to be in the 4470s by the end of this week. Hold on one second, guys. My wife is calling me. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. What? Hold on one second. Something happened to my view. Oh, there we go. All right. So market opens up in 2 minutes. I'm just planning on playing the 30-second OR. And that should help provide some direction. But looking at this chart here, we've got this imbalance area that if we hold, we're going to go up to 45.07 and probably 45.15. That would be so nuts. But when I was looking at the options chain this morning, there was a pretty big tell. There were, overnight period, right? So one is November 16th, there were 40. Somebody had an open there. One of these strikes had an open interest of the 16 AMs, which is pretty crazy, right? One of those strikes had an OI of 35,000. That's like when you look at the SPX chain, that's pretty unheard of. That's pretty unusual for an AM expiration. All right, here's 30-second OR. So here's the open. Let's see, where do we end up? And we're pushing through. All right, it's a 30-second OR is 44.89 to 44.84. So it's a big OR. 5 points is a decent sized OR. We pushed a little bit higher through it. Now it's coming back down. Oh, let me share my other screen. It looks like a long to me. I'm going to let things settle down a minute. So we went back down into it. see, it's 89, 25, and oh, like right here. Okay. Yeah, it's looking like a long here. Wait for a retest if we get one down at 89, see if it holds, and if it does, I'm going to go long on it. All right. Let's see what happens. Does not look like it's holding. There's supply. Okay. Break under. So right now we've got a false breakout of the top end. It's going to be coming down. All right, now we're breaking out the lower side. Let's see what happens here. Finally got some supply from 89, 90 area. Ultimately, though, if they can't break this, yeah, today's a tricky one because we've got big support here. We've already had a huge move up, so I really, hesitant to play that long. I want to see it break under. Okay, so we've got it. We're still in the OR right now. Man, there's a buyer. Ooh, now we're back up over it. This is the one I'm not going to play. Even though it probably is a long. I'm not playing it. I'm not touching this one. Yeah, man, there's some big buying and selling right now. We held at this 83, 86 area though. That seems pretty bullish. Yeah, it's going to go up. I'm okay with missing it though. Here comes supply. All right, OR. See, look at this. It's just going back and forth through it. That's why I don't want to play that. All right, now there we go. Here's a decent seller. But we're still above this 83, 85, which is the bottom end, I'm going to call it, of the OR. I mean, this range right here is holding, so it's going to go up. I think we're going to be hitting up 4500s today. Pretty wild. Let's see if supply comes in like it has been from 90. Ooh, that seller's done, so this thing's gonna move. All right, here's 90. Let's see. Oh man, this is support now. This is looking good for support. Yeah, I think we're gonna hit this 45. All right, so we've got this right here at 45, 44.95. That's a low volume node. This area could provide resistance, or we could just fly through it up to 44.97. Let's see. Either way, I'm not super comfortable taking any trades right now. But again, my original, I don't know if anybody was even on when I was saying it, but through a volume profile that looks like this, through this area, you could see just a choppy session towards the upside, right? Just filling in the volume. It's kind of what we're getting so far. But this 86, 83 area is huge for me. So far it's holding. I mean, those are some good looking wicks on the 3-minute. If we expand to 15, I mean, momentum is clearly towards the upside, so I don't want to short this unless we like clearly break something and get a good sell setup, which we do not have. I was short up here, got stopped out, which is fine. I thought we'd retrace down to the 70s, and that didn't happen, and now we're going to fly to the 45s. All right, if 90 holds, I went long off 90 right here, and I'm just going to see if this holds. If it holds, then I'm going to stay in it. This is a back test of the 30-second OR, and this could be the pullback to go long on. So I just went long on it on 90. We'll see what happens. Not super comfortable with it, but OR held to break out to the upside with a back test. Momentum's to the upside, like that's a decent long setup. So you got to forget about the move that you missed, right? Which was the stinger to the upside. And we just got to play what we have in front of us. And that's what we have in front of us. Shit's gonna fly up, man. Alright, approaching 95, which is like the first low volume node. If we're gonna see a reaction out of here, I think it's gonna come from 96, 96.25, 97. And we'll probably get a pullback at this point, right? Or some consolidation. So that low imbalance that I showed you guys on September's monthly profile held, which I think 4507 is the next target from that perspective. Here we go. $95, getting a little reaction out of 95 there, which is this low volume area. It should hold and continue to drive, I would imagine. Yep. Man, this is wild. I really hate being long right now, but that's what the system said to do. Alright, I'm probably going to be conservative and trim. Alright, so those who joined yesterday, my OR plays are 5 contracts. There we go. Okay. 97, 96. Okay. And then I use 2 the rest of the day because I'm mostly profitable on my most profitable play is a 30-second OR. So I just removed 3 contracts, so I'm in 2. And I've got 2 on. I'll just let these go until I see us run into something that looks like I should pull them. But I mean, don't see anything right now. So we're over this low volume 95, 96 area. That can hold. I'd prefer to get a little retrace from it. Man, Saturday 3-minute looks good for the most part. All right. Let's see if 96 holds. Jeez. It did. There are so many fuck shorts on this, man. This is unbelievable. Oh, so many. ORs are good for usually 10 points, which would put us at 99. So I'm going to cut there. I'm going to put the other two. I'm going to trim there. Probably hit that in a minute because we're over this. I mean, guys, for real, from right here, yeah, I mean, this is probably going to be a little choppy here. Expect some consolidation. Ultimately, though, all right, my other two just filled, so I'm out. But really, this thing is gonna. I mean, we got 45.0175. All right, so I got my 10 points from the OR. I'm happy with that. Hopefully that helps some of you not go short, even if you didn't want to go long. I think we're going to hit this today. Because really it's just going to be chop. Hit 45.0175 next. And I think once we hit this, it's just going to go down. Not like a crash, but obviously not a crash. I mean, I'm bullish as can be. But I think, we can get some, once we hit this area, we get some back traces down to 45.60 or something like that for the rest of November, not in a day. So the way monthly IBs are, the trend is the breakout until about the middle of the month, which puts us right at expiration. This Friday, basically. So after that, I think we'll get a little bit of a retrace. But give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. Thanks for holding on. All right, cool. So we hit this 4,500 area. Still think we push a little bit higher. Shit is funny. This whole move is funny, man. I was so bullish. My timing sucks. I was so bullish here because I thought this is what was going to happen. And then you guys had other ideas. Bought a really good I mean, I played some of this, but I didn't catch all this. I played 30-second ORs on all these days, and all these days they were up just like today. So I mean, I made money, right? But I did not play any options, and like I'm pissed. I can't say that, right? Because I just said earlier today we have to just take it day by day and take what the market gives you. But I saw that long, and I just didn't take it because of the other times I was wrong. Which that happens, right? That's what the market does. So then I've just been day trading since. I have not taken any swing positions, haven't played any swing options. Just play the 30-second OR every day, and as you guys can see, it usually works for 10 points or so, and that's how I've been making my money in the market these days. It's the only reliable play that I have had. I mean, that's it. So I am looking forward to the day where everybody stops thinking there's going to be a crash, and we kind of lose volatility like we have now, right? And things to get back in a bull market, which is what's going to happen, most likely. We're in a bull market now. Don't know why everybody seems to think we aren't. Price action is pretty crazy, yes, but that's just the way it is. So now it's like, so for the next play, it's just going to be an IB play for me. Where's the, hey, where's today's IB? Where's today's, oh yeah, it's way up there. I'm looking at my IB chart, and I'm like, what happened to it? And it's because it was way up here. Okay, so let's zoom out, right? Because I'm out of this play already, and I'm just going to wait until the next thing opens. Let's zoom out a little bit. Do we remember, what was it? This breakout right here. Well, I think that was a contract change. It was this breakout. Boom. We broke out of this consolidation range, right? And we gapped up hard. And we just kept going, right? This is a consolidation range right here. We just gapped the fuck up out of it, right? This consolidation range. I mean, we're approaching some pretty heavy stuff. So what I'm expecting is we probably hit this 44, 45, 15 area. And I think, maybe for the rest of November, we get just choppy play. To the upside or downside, I don't know. And so for me, I'm just going to keep leaning on this 30-second OR because it's profitable for me. I'm not going to play any swings this month. But clearly, upside is where it hurts the most. Not surprising. Okay, let's get back into today. We're approaching this area. This gap. Remember this gap. Look how big that is. Oh my gosh, there's so many trap shorts here. Okay, so I mean, when I think about it in that way, like this 83, 84 area is probably going to be really strong support. And I'm looking at, because of all the shorts that are going to want to try to get out of here, especially if we move up to this 45-15 area. Damn. Uh, oh wait, already? Oh my gosh. Holy. Okay, so this is rotation, right? So we've got rotation in the small caps. What's Apple doing? Apple's up a 1.25. Shit. It's bull market vibes. So in this on this we I've got Jimmy Trend, right? I've got Jimmy Trend on here. It starts firing these green dots. That means Trend is maxed out or at a place where it's extremely, overbought or whatever. I don't My experience with it, I didn't do any back testing, but I did some visual testing of it, just kind of historical looks. This happens in uptrends, strong uptrends. The downward signal is more powerful, in my opinion. Um, but this tells you that, like, hey, at some point we're going to top out soon, most likely. At least in terms of, like, for consolidation. I'm not saying we're going to top out and drop back to, red. That's not happening. And I don't know anybody in their right mind would even think that's going to happen like that. No, that's not happening today. What will probably happen is we'll probably tap this area, and then we'll probably get some consolidation in it. Um, we haven't had any consolidation today since the open. The opening range breakout was to the upside. This 86, 83 area held, and we've been traveling on a pretty decent upward basis since. There's a lot of shorts trapped under 83, so I'm considering that as strong support. So really, the only plays I'll take are I'll probably take an IB play. So once IB posts at 10:30, I'll take a play off IB. The other play that I'll take is if we hit 83, 84, or the 30-second OR again, I'll take a long off of it if it holds. That's that's really it. I mean, everybody was cautioning for downside on CPI. Everybody, right? I mean, every Twitter account. I don't think I saw one bullish Twitter account on CPI, except for maybe Tricky. Tricky was bullish because he's tricky. But every other account was prepare for pullback, and look what the market does, man. It just goes up in a straight line. This is so funny. Yeah, the OR values for today are 89.25. That's the high. And the low was 85. So high OR, the high bar on OR was 89.25. The low bar was 85. But it was right at this support area. Um, and here we are. We are arriving at our destination. I already took my longs off, so I'm just watching for the next move. 4507 is probably, I would imagine, going to be it for now. Um, I don't know though. That's the September VPOC, or actually September VPOC. I've got it 4510. That's the September time point of control, market profile, market point of control. And that's all based on TOS aggregation, so it could be a little screwy. But they actually work really well. I tried to use Trading View. Look at IWM. So I tried a long here on IWM. I got stopped out on this day, on whatever Thursday. But I was long at 17.17 on on RTY. This was last Wednesday, I think, and got stopped out there. And now look at this thing go. And these are the levels I've got for IWM. For RTY. This is a big level, 1778 through 1974. So this could be it for today. But look, it's right back at the monthly IB high. Ultimately today, though, we're getting a little pullback from here. I think we'll hit this 45.15 area. Nice. Yeah, this thing was begging for a long. I just missed my entry. I think ultimately, though, we're going to hit this 45.15 area. And if we go back to ES and we look at our profile, it's the high volume node in this balance area. If we get through there, it could go up to 35. That seems crazy. Interesting. But what a crazy day. And I missed it. I missed the damn. I caught all the 2% days last year, which there were a few long 2% days in 2022. But I missed this one because the price action has been a lot different. I've caught most of the big days this year too, but not this one. And I've just got to chill and just play my game right now. My game is 30-second OR. I just got to remember that. Play your game. Because when you stop playing your game is when you lose. And right now, I ain't trying to do that. So let me show you my other monitor real quick. This one. Alright, so we hit 50, we went a little over 4507. But see, this is the market profile TPOC, time point of control. And then right above it at 09 is the VPOC for September. So these are big areas. I tell you what, I'm glad I added my 401k the way I did, though, because that's doing pretty decent now for this year. But I missed all this stuff on my trading accounts. Here we go, a little supply, just right. Let's see where they take it. Anybody posting anything on Twitter that's good? I always look. I'm not in a position right now, so I always scroll and see what people are up to. Oh, look, it's that pullback everybody wanted. Look at this. First sign of sellers. This shit is funny. It's not funny. I know there are a lot of people that lost a lot on this move. It's kind of comical. Yeah, small caps were definitely hammered. And ready for a long, that's for sure. SPX was also hammered. Clearly ready for a long. Sorry, I've got a lozenge in. Sorry if it's bothersome. I always look at this, the 3-minute chart. Look at this, man. Look at this nice move. Man. That's wild. Alright, so let's see what we might be doing from here. Yeah, if this 4,500 is support, then... I mean, I don't know that it will be. I kind of want to come back here. And I think this area is going to get some work. Just from the way it looks. If we zoom out. You know, if we lose 45.05, which we already have, like... I think we're going to come down to 94. $94.96. Which would put us, yeah, 94. Look at that. From September, another imbalance area here. This is probably going to be support for today. If we don't get back to the opening range, my guess is we'll hit this area once. Or maybe not. Maybe we'll just keep going up. I'm just kidding. 45.06, 45.07 should be some resistance here. Hit supply, come back down. I mean, it would be crazy to see a single print to the upside. And IB breakout up here with a single print. That would be wild. Also, probably the most painful trade. I'm sure tons of people are loading up shorts up here. So we basically hit the VPOC from September in the market profile and got the reaction off of that area. Were CTAs, somebody was record short. Was CTAs record short? Or something? I think it was something like that. So NQ's at 15.8. This could be short. We've got a decent little short setup on. I don't really see anything on the 30-second either. Yeah. Well, let's see what happens here, because if we get 45.01 under that with a short setup, might consider it. But it really looks like we're going to tag this high volume node if we get back over this. That's why I'm going to wait for IB to post. That's the only other. $45.04. Which chart are we on? Oh, we're over here. So now we're in this imbalance. '03 to '07. This move might take us back up. Yeah, 45.15. I don't know. We'll see. But this is a pretty big spot. I might try a short. I want to see what happens here, though. Ooh, somebody's right there. 45.04. Nope. Not going to do it because I still think we're going to tag this 45.15 area. Oh, let me go back to my other monitor. Might be able to do this actually. I don't see anything. Yeah, we're gonna go up here. 4507. I don't know. This imbalance area could provide some resistance. So it's an undecided, right? So when I'm talking like this is what's going through my head. It's usually a don't trade it. It's when you get in trouble, even though it could be a good opportunity. But I think ultimately a range day today after this huge gap up. But again, less than like 10% of the time, the IB high and IB low are not touched or breached. So at 10:30 in 10 minutes, we'll kind of have an idea of what's going to happen with our IB play. All right, 4507 would have been a good short, but we could also find support here at 4503. Just in a 4 or 5 point harmonic range. That's all this is. Harmonic rotation. It looks kind of like a bull flag on the 3 minute, or a pennant, a continuation pennant on the 3 minute, but so far this 4503, 4502 area is holding, which yeah, puts in play that 4515 area. Oh, Chris, I just saw your gap fill 62% odds. What gap are you talking about, Chris? You talking about the gap today? This is a huge gap up and go. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, you were talking about the gap up. Yeah, I mean, I said it earlier, like this gap up reminds me of when we broke out of that range in May. And we just broke out of a big consolidation range. So I don't think this gap is going to get touched anytime soon. I think there are so many trap shorts under here. Even if we get back to the 4480s, it's just going to go back up. 50s, 60, this area is going to be huge support. Huge. That's funny. This gap is funny. I mean, ultimately, we're in the balance range of 44.63 to 45.61. That's just where we are, right? So even a rejection here at this high volume node, you can find support back in the 80s and just work this area out. We'll see. Yeah, it would be good to look at the size of the gap. But when you have a big gap like this, it just, to me, it indicates there are going to be so many trapped shorts that you just, or long, vice versa, right? Longs, if it's a gap down, you just don't want to fade it. Interesting. 2020 breakout, November 2020. I was not trading then. I was a spectator. Oh wait, yeah, I was a spectator then. I didn't really start trading until 21. And that was a fun year to trade. A really fun year. Alright, so we're moving up on I will consider a short in this area. But again, I've got to see the setup happen. So far we're still in IB. Two minutes till that posts. Alright. We tap 13 yet? Not yet. Sorry if my lozenge is bothering you. Alright, here's XIB off. No. This thing is going to push. We have a single print in IB, obviously, right? Dude, I don't have anything charted up over this area. But I mean, up here we're looking at, 24, 26 over this area. Options probabilities are out the window, right? We're over the expected move, we're over the call resistance, we're over everything. Oh man, one thing I don't even have is my Excel sheet up. How did I forget about that? Because I was rushed, that's why. Still got 10 points, so I'm good. Yeah. This is funny. Let me make sure the day's right. Great. So we got to break out to the upside of IB. But we're running into, I think, what I think is going to be big resistance. 13 tagged. Let's see what happens. Ooh, okay, so there we go. Move up to the high volume node. Oh, I need to get my other one. IB breakout to the upside is a long. We're at 2% on the day. I mean, I want to try a short, but I don't want to short this right now. But 15 could be a decent spot. Honestly, if we get over this 1650, I mean, 24, 25, somewhere in here could hit. Let's see if this works though. This is wild. Wait. Oh, nice. It's IWM is pushing through this zone. Sucks. I was long right here. I got stopped out on this move right there. Oh well. Right now in the 30-second chart, we gotta lose 45.11 for there to be a sell, a potential sell structure. Sell side on the DOM is picking up a little bit. It's definitely a big spot though. So 45.11's here. And that's what we'd have to lose for the 30-second. Then I'd want to see that progress into the 3-minute chart, which would be, sell side would have to lose 98 for me to want to consider a short. Lose 98 and come back up. Show resistance here. Question is, will it be support or will it break? Support so far. We'll see. Somebody just snuck in a pretty decent sell order. But they're being absorbed. I mean, not moving the price at all. $44.95 is the big gamma bar, but on SPY it's 450. What is SPY at now? Oh man, almost there. Yeah, so this is an IB breakout to the upside, to the max. Dang. Man. Before I became more of a conservative player like I am now, just because this is my full-time job. I would have probably taken a pretty big swing on this play. But no, I just play probabilities and did not see this one coming. Day trade setups for me. So we're over 1650. Damn. Alright, so something we could be setting up on the 30-second chart, but again, it needs to break 13. If it doesn't, then it's not there. We have an IB breakout to the upside. 13 is the 13 is the high of IB right now, so makes sense. If it doesn't break 13, then there's no sell set up. And if this was a textbook day or a play, I mean, you'd go long on 13. But there's nothing textbook about this, and so, but, so I don't want to, unless I see a compelling reason. It's back test of IB right now. It's happening. If we're going up to 27, 28, then this will hold. That would make it probably the biggest day of the year, right? What's the biggest green day this year so far? I don't even know. Have we had have we had a 2% day this year? Oh my gosh, it held. Look at that. I'm probably just gonna take my money and run today. Not sure there's any other plays I'm gonna want to take. Yeah, hey Jay. So right now I'm watching for a break of 13. 13 is either going to support, this 10 to 13 area is going to support the move up. We've got a single print in IB, a big one, from 4503 to 4509. 4513 looks like support right now. But I took the 30-second OR breakout to the upside. Took that to 44.99 where I was out. Entered at 90 and took off at 99. All right. Supply coming in. Okay, maybe setting up. So 13 is a big area for today, in my opinion. If this is a false breakout of IB, it brings down the lower side, the lower end of the range into play, which is the 86 to 83 area. But as long as this, I don't know, 10, 13, 11 to 13 area holds, it's a long. But I'm not playing anything right now. I'm not playing anything else. And I was just saying I might actually end this and take my money that I got off the opening range and be done. What a move. All right, so this area, if this area, I mean, we could potentially just consolidate between like 4503 and here the rest of the day, or if we break back above 13 and 16, then we're probably going to go to the 27, 28 area. Yeah, that shit held. Ooh. Didn't sweep 11 though, and we're back at 15. If we had swept through 11, I would want to enter short here, but we didn't. We did sweep 13 though, but That area held. So it's just an undecided for me, so I'm not taking any plays. I mean, you can see it on this candle right here, right? So like 11, you'd want to see 11, 11 to 13, you'd want to see this area break if you want to get short. Um, mm. There's really nothing to play unless we sweep 45-11. Until then, it's a long or choppy consolidation, but definitely not a short. Yeah, if this is a breakout of IB though, it does put us up in the 45, 26, 25 area up here. Just hard to think of that happening. Yeah, for sure. I wonder if I got my single print chart out. I think you've mentioned that a couple times, right? From September. I don't know if mine will go back that far. Let's do time, and let's go back 90 days. See if it'll load. Oh, it does. Uh, oh, from yeah, mine doesn't go back that far to see that. But there's, I mean, the day, what was it? The last CPI, I think, when Powell was shitting on the economy, where the sell-off happened, right? I think that's the day you're talking about. What was that? September. I don't have a. Oh, September 14th. Oh, 9/15. You put it on there. Sorry. I mean, this is a hold. This is a IB breakout that's holding. That puts us in the 45, 24, 24 area. Wasn't there somebody? There was a big options order. Somebody bought a bunch of like zero. What was it? Oh, sorry. Give me 1 second. Um, this is going to break out in this area. It's going to come up here. We're going to 45, 24 probably. Oh, subtitles can't be used. Oh, you know why that is because I've got it on the lowest connection setting. Um, the lowest, I don't forget what you call it about it. What you call it. I don't know. Um, Translated subtitles. Yeah, I've got it on the lowest quality stream settings, which make it so you can't um, actually have subtitles because it's a more live view. That's a YouTube thing. Um, I wish I could. So over this 45-1950 area, that little imbalance there, this thing is going to go up here. 24-26, I think, is the target for a long. That's nutty. Was the first set okay? Well, that makes sense then, looking at this. Yeah, so let me show my other screen real quick. Um, let's see. So this is the single print chart that I use, and I can't go back that far, but I mean, this is the area that we're in from that CPI. I think the CPI release from September, right? Oh, maybe not. This is a Friday. I don't know what this was. September 15th, 14th or 15th, one of those days. Yeah, we got another single print. You can see here, it's kind of marching along this. But we're in this area. Where are we? We're at 20 now? Jeez. So, I mean, gosh. This is going to put us like up here, like in the 50s. Like, makes sense from this perspective, right? We're currently in the balance range from 45.61 to 44.59. It's a nice big balance range. We've got a lot of, kind of have a low spot here. Um, Yeah, really not much else to say. Yeah, it does. I've got 25, but yeah, it's right up there. It all makes sense, right? People on Twitter are still talking about the market crashing. It's like, come on, this is. If you haven't noticed, we're crashing up because everybody was so short and nothing's happening. Yeah, we're definitely due for a pullback, though. That's for sure. Just not going to bet on when that happens until it sets up. Get out of this. See what happens in this area, right? It's going to be support, and we're going to get a wick out, or we're going to fall back down through it. My guess is it's probably going to be support. But I don't know. Just don't see any worthwhile setups right now. Oh, you know what? What's another thing I've lost sight on? Let's see if 1550 holds or not. I know, 100 points from yesterday's close. We're back at 4,500 like that. If we pop out of this area, yeah. Oh, this is wild. Yesterday closed at what, 24? 44.24 or something like that. Basically a 100-point move. So did we just break out? Let's see. Look at that. Nuts. Where do I have that bull flag drawn? I might have erased it. All right. I'm gonna end this. I'm gonna shut things down and call it a day for right now. Just don't see any setups, minus the IB breakout, which is a long from 13, which I'm not. Can almost start to see a little channel form. Might want to just keep that in mind, right? Yeah, man. I'm glad to do it. So thanks everybody for joining. I'm gonna close things down and call it a day. We'll talk to you guys later, and enjoy the rest of the trading day. Pretty wild. Yeah, thanks everybody.